Good 6-4. And we welcome you in, ladies and gentlemen, to McWhorter Stadium. Facts and Childress. Amanda Lorenz on the call for Clemson and Baylor softball here on ACCNX. A 1-0 start for Sierra Manis on in the circle today, and the leadoff hitter for the Baylor Bears in Amber Tovin. Manis fires a ground ball at second base and a routine play for the Tigers. 2 pitches, 1 out for Clemson to start things out.
Great start for Sierra Manis. Didn't get to see her yesterday, but obviously was saving it for the winners game today.
And Amanda, we were talking a little bit off air beforehand about how Clemson got that doubleheader out of the way on Friday, which could prove valuable for them throughout the course of this weekend. First pitch fly ball to left field and another routine play for the Tigers. Efficient start for Manis in the circle.
Yes, obviously you want to keep that pitch count down as much as possible, so she's attacking the zone, using her defense.
So 2 up, 2 down for the Bears as Piper was first pitch swinging. And that's not going to bring in the starting left fielder for the Bears in Dawson. 406 on the season for Dawson. It's been an impressive campaign thus far for the lefty. First pitch hitter. So a 2-out hit by pitch. We'll send number 42 down to first base, and we'll bring up the cleanup hitter for the Baylor Bears and Leah Cran. And we know she's got a lot of pop in her bat and is capable of taking it a long way. Cran 333 on the season, 12 RBIs, which slates her as second on this team. She's first pitch swinging as well. And across the diamond from Bro to Pavesi, 3 outs in quick succession. Just 5 pitches for Sierra Manis to start things out here in the top of the first. We head to the bottom first of the other side of a short break here on ACCNX. And we welcome you back in. Bottom of the first here on ACCNX between the Baylor Bears and the Clemson Tigers. It's Peyton Tanner stepping into the circle for Baylor, a 2.62 ERA, and boasting a 3-1 record for the 11-2 Baylor Bears on the campaign thus far. And of course, the superstar center fielder for the Tigers in Jamison Brockenbrough into the left-handed batter's box. First pitch swinging, and that's going to be a souvenir for some fans on the third base line. 0-1 now the count.
I love how Clemson's offense is always in attack mode. You're seeing that from the first pitch that Brockenbrough sees too.
The 0-1 upstairs, and on that point, Amanda, Baylor was very, very aggressive early in the top of the first inning, trying to get to Manis on the first pitch, so both of these teams electing to take the aggressive approach here in the early going.
Absolutely.
The 1-1 from Tanner. Brockenbrough wisely lays off, 2-1 now the count.
And you know that when you're coming in with the scout, if a pitcher is a strike thrower, you know she likes to fill up the zone with strikes, you're going to want to attack early in the count.
The 2-1. Brockenbrough right back into the netting. Count now even at 2-2. Tanner's done a really good job of limiting the walks this year. Also capable of striking you out. Just 12 walks to 27 Ks on the season. It's been an impressive start to her campaign thus far. She fires the 2-2. Brockenbrough takes, did not catch the corner. Count now full.
Great spot with 2 strikes.
It was a great pitch. There's definitely some iron on iron here between one of the premier pitches for the Bears and one of the stars for the Tigers. Brockenbrough, that's a great AB. And that was ball 4. Looked like she turned around for a minute for confirmation.
She's so locked in, ready to hit. I love it. She's looking for the strikes.
So it's a leadoff walk. We'll put Brockenbrough on board. And we'll now bring up the 2-hole hitter, the star freshman who's been phenomenal so far this season, and Mac Pavesi. Amanda, I'm sure you've been so impressed with what she's been able to put together so far.
I've loved watching Mac Pavesi hit.
First pitch to Pavesi, she takes upstairs.
Only a freshman, but has really had such a pro approach, has done such a great job leading this Clemson offense. Obviously still early in the year, but she's been someone that they can count on each game.
Team leader in batting average and hits thus far, second on the team in runs scored for Pavesi. And you like to see that from Waddell behind the plate, calming things down with her starting pitcher a little bit in Tanner. Tanner looking to find the zone on the 1-0. Pavesi takes upstairs once again, count now 2-0.
Yeah, after a walk, catcher's just trying to settle her down a little bit, get her to attack the zone, vet move out of her.
The 2-0. Pavesi swing and a miss. That one right by her, 2-1 now the count. 66 miles an hour on the delivery from Tanner. She's looking to calm things down a little bit. And it looks like our home plate umpire, Alex Leap's going to have some words with the coaching staff for the Baylor Bears. And this might not be the worst thing in the world for Baylor to have a little bit of a stoppage to stall some of the momentum for the Tigers. It's a great crowd filling in here at McWhorter. We know how rowdy the crowd can get to create that home field advantage, Amanda, but obviously some momentum stalling out right now, and maybe we have a change to the lineup coming. So we're going to see. They're going to meet with Tanner in the circle and hoping that everything's all right as she...
They're bringing the magic stick out there to get some mud out of Tanner's cleat.
So an early stoppage here is she's got mud stuck in her cleats, and maybe that's affecting a little bit of the control and the grip that she's having. And now we're going to get the grounds crew out here potentially as well to help with the mount, or in the circle rather. And how common is this, Amanda?
Pretty common.
Pretty common?
Yes.
Especially on the second game of the day?
Especially after the field's gotten some love. A little moist down there.
The first leg of the doubleheader today for the Baylor Bears. They came away victorious over the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. 3-2 the final score of that one. It started at noon here in McWhorter. And going to make sure everything is okay to go with the rubber as making sure the circle is good to continue for the starting pitcher in Tanner. And for Clemson, a little momentum has been halted. The count's still staying at 2-1. But Tanner going to try and make sure her cleats are good to go as we look to resume play here.
Yeah, definitely a good opportunity for Tanner just to take a deep breath.
I was going to say, might not be the worst thing in the world considering how she started from a control perspective.
Sure.
And for Clemson, obviously taking advantage of this opportunity to get the game plan together as Brock and Burroughs now chatting things up in the circle, exchanging some information on the pitches they're seeing, I'm sure.
Being that leadoff vet she is.
We are indeed going to have the grounds crew coming out to fix the circle. So we're going to take a quick break here on ACCNX, and we'll come back on the other side with Tanner still in a 2-1 count against Pavesi. And when we have our field ready to play, we will be back. Stay with us. And we welcome you back, everybody, here on ACCNX. Fax and Childress, Amanda Lorenz on the call. Grounds crew does an excellent job here at McWhorter, as always, and they were called into action here in the bottom of the first as Peyton Tanner, the starting pitcher for the Baylor Bears, had a little bit of mud stuck in her cleats, and now that we are ready to resume action, we are back. A 2-1 count to kind of reset things to the superstar freshman, Mag Pavesi. Pavesi, the team leader in hits and batting average thus far for these star-studded Tigers. The 2-1. Lifts one into center field. Tracking back at the wall and on the warning track, making the grab is Carter. There's one down, but allowed out number one here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Brooklyn Carter is a really talented outfielder. Transfer from Washington, been a fan of her whole career.
She covers a lot of ground out there.
She does. She covers a lot of ground.
Was not softly hit by any means as the three-hole hitter, designated player for today, and Julia Noller will step in. First pitch misses outside for ball one. It is three straight lefties to start the lineup for Coach Rittman's club today, as they are trying to attack Tanner early and often in counts with that aggressive approach Amanda alluded to. Slice down the left field line and over the head of the left fielder in Dawson. Brock and Burroughs going for third. Noller's going for second. And it's 2 on, 1 out for the Tigers. A big extra base hit for Julia Noller.
Love to see that for Julia Noller and the Tigers. Yesterday had a huge home run. Kind of broke her, I hate using the word slump, but broke her out of it a little bit. You see the big exhale she had yesterday, like she really needed it. And she's the one that you're gonna count on if you're the Tigers. Great also read by Brock and Bro, staying off the base for as long as possible.
2 runners in scoring position for Sarah Bro, another one of these star freshmen for the Tigers. She now leads the count 1-0. And how about the way that this freshman class has performed for Coach Rittman thus far? They've been unbelievable in the early going this season.
Yeah, it's been so exciting, especially when your big returners in Noller and Cintron has had a little bit of a slow start. They've really picked up the slack.
2-0 for Bro, who's looking for some more RBIs. And wisely lays off now a 3-0 count.
It's so comforting to know as a returner if you have these newcomers come in and they're able to take some of that load off, especially when You know, our game is so tough. It's a game of failure. So to be able to take a deep breath and count on others when you're not coming through.
The 3-0. And caught the inside corner. Bro thought she had a base on balls, but not so fast, says home plate umpire Alex Leap. And to your point, Amanda, as a player, it's a game of ebbs and flows, ups and downs. You're going to have runs, you're going to have slumps, and that's why the best mentally typically are the best physically as well. Very mental game here with softball. Nice pitch from Tanner, and way to work back into the count for the Baylor pitcher. Now a full count at 3-2.
Yeah, great job by Tanner coming back.
She's worked that inside corner twice. We'll see where she goes with the full count. Bro slaps one to center. Dawson on her horse, she's going to make the play, and a wise decision from Brockenborough to hold up on third base. That was retired by Carter in center. Check that. Now 2 down here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Brooklyn Carter showing her range again. I thought that had a chance to bloop in there, but should have known with Brooklyn Carter in center field, she was going to make that look easy.
And we've now seen her on her horses going back to the warning track, covered the ground, made the play, and then coming in, able to hold Brockenborough, who's got good speed at third, in check as well. First pitch to Collins, swung on, deflected, and she's going to be safe at first. The Tigers strike first here in McWhorter. Great base running from Brockenborough to put the Tigers on the board.
Love the aggressiveness out of Collins, jumping over a strike. And it's so hard as a pitcher not to stick your glove out there, but also middle infielders right behind, ready to get it. Tough break for the Bears.
Definitely a tough break for Tanner. They talk about PFP, pitchers fielding their position. She did a good job right there to get her glove on the ball, but just trickled in the infield. Another first pitch swing for Chanel, and she'll be retired after a nice play from Tovin. But not before the Tigers strike first. A ton of base runners and a clutch hit from Collins to send Brockenborough to the plate. It's Clemson on top of Baylor, 1-0, headed to the top of the second here on ACCNX. We welcome you back in, ladies and gentlemen, here on ACCNX. Clemson and Baylor clashing at McWhorter Stadium. Top of the second action. Clemson on top 1-0. Facts and Childress, Amanda Lorenz on the call. And it was an eventful first inning of action for both sides. Obviously, Baylor still yet to get a hit. But for Sierra Manis on the mound, or in the circle rather, for Clemson, 5 pitches, 3 outs, and a hit by pitch. We'll see if Baylor remains with that aggressive approach as the 5-hole hitter now stepping in Jones. Jones getting her 9th start of the season, her 10th appearance. The sophomore right fielder hitting 174 on the campaign. Up the middle, ranging and making the play is Chanel, and out number 1.
Kylie Chanel making that look easy. Beautiful on the run throw.
Now stepping in for the Baylor Bears, it's their starting first baseman, and Abby Flores. And first pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. Manis is pounding the strike zone early. That's what she's known for. Baylor trying to combat that with an aggressive approach. It hasn't paid dividends thus far, and quickly down 0-2 is Flores.
Loving Manis's pace so far. She's definitely setting the pace for the game. quick in between pitches. Can be really uncomfortable as a hitter when you have a pitcher who's immediately ready to get on the rubber.
The 0-2 from Manis. Chopped by Flores, going to be another difficult play for Chanel. A jumping throw and got her. What an impressive start to this game for Chanel. 2 down quickly here in the top of the second.
Sometimes the ball just finds ya.
It's like she's got a magnet there at
Yes.
shortstop. And as you said, Manis just quickly resetting every time in the circle. It seems to be throwing off the pace to a certain extent here for this Baylor team, as their 7-hole hitter will step in now, and Kagan Marshall. First pitch from Marshall, swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, as a hitter, you always want to come in and control the pace, control your process. And when you're getting in the box and you can feel the pitcher already on the mound, ready to go, it's not fun.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
You definitely feel sped up. You can get your heart rate going faster when this is when you're supposed to quiet it down.
Especially when you combine that with the rowdy crowd and the environment here at McWhorter for the Tigers. Could get that heart rate pumping pretty quick.
Absolutely.
1-2 the count to Marshall. Baylor still looking for their first hit of this one. Manis continuing to work very, very efficiently. Just now trickling into double digits in the pitch count. Outside corner, called strike 3, and Manis is fired up.
Fired up, let's go.
Hard to blame her. 3 up, 3 down, and masterful work from Sierra Manis. The Tigers will look to strike again on the scoreboard in the bottom of the second, right after a short break here on ACCNX. We welcome you back to McWhorter here on ACCNX, bottom of the second with Clemson on top of Baylor, 1-0. And stepping in now for the Tigers in the 7-hole behind the dish today is Corey Hicks. First pitch from Tanner, catches that inside corner for strike 1, and it feels like that's been her most successful route thus far, is trying to pound that inside corner. The 0-1. Hicks wisely lays off that one upstairs, 1-1 now the count. The 1-1 from Tanner. Upstairs once again, and Hicks lays off. 2-1 now the count. Been a nice start to the season for the sophomore in Hicks. 300 with the batting average, 9 hits. And obviously those 2 home runs and 10 RBIs have been valuable as well. She's got a lot of pop in her bat, and as if on cue, rips a single to left field. When she gets that barrel to the softball, you know it's going to be flying off the bat.
Yeah, like we talked about, Tanner was pounding the inside corner. Looks like that's where the majority of her strikes are, and Corey Hicks takes advantage, attacking that inside pitch and driving it to left field.
Now stepping up for the Tigers, playing right field in the 8-hole, Macy Centron. First pitch to Centron, catches the outside corner for strike one, and obviously all of America really became familiar with the name of Centron last season. It hasn't been a great start from AC to start this year, but we know what she's capable of, a true star caliber player here in Tigertown. That one way upstairs and inside, 1-1 now the count.
Yes, definitely a star, not even just in Tigertown, has some international softball experience as well, playing with Team Puerto Rico.
The 1-1. Oh, off speed, catches the strike zone, now 1-2. Great pitch from Tanner.
She'll get going. It's sometimes so hard in your sophomore year. Now there's so much data on you, and the scout is much different than freshman year, so.
1-2 misses upstairs, and that's a great point, Amanda. It's really just about adjusting in that sophomore campaign, and no doubt in my mind that Centron's going to be able to do that for the Tigers.
Yes, and the Tigers know that they're going to have to rely on Centron to be big for them this year, so dropping her down in the lineup a little bit.
2-2 misses upstairs, and you think that could benefit her long term?
Absolutely. You want to give her a second to breathe, so get her out of those high pressure situations that a cleanup hitter might face, and just let her to get some confidence, take a deep breath.
Payoff pitch to Centron, and great AB she's putting together here, able to fight that one off and stay alive.
Sometimes it just takes one, you barreling up a ball in a gap. Just takes one good swing and you're back.
See if she can turn on one here. We know how capable she is. The 3-2. Centron slices one right in the gap, and you called it, Amanda. Here comes Hicks. We'll see if they send her, and they're going to put the stop sign up, but it's extra bases for Macy Centron, and she is fired up on second base.
I love watching good softball players trust the process.
And you know the term in basketball, they say you need to see one go through the hoop. Maybe that's what gets Centron going, because we know when she gets on these runs, she can be up there with the best in the country.
Yes, our game can just be so hard. It's just really hard to trust the process when you feel like nothing's working for you.
And the Tigers are getting to Tanner early, and it looks like we may have a pitching change here for the Baylor Bears and McWarner. And that is indeed the case. So we'll take a quick break here on ACCNX, and on the other side, we'll introduce the new pitcher for the Baylor Bears, the Tigers, with 2 on, nobody out in the bottom of the second, leading 1-0 over Baylor. And we welcome you back in, ladies and gentlemen, here on ACCNX. Facts and Childress, Amanda Lorenz on the call. The new pitcher for the Baylor Bears, Sadie Ross, a 2.39 ERA on the campaign in 14 2/3 innings pitched. 9 walks, 10 strikeouts, but definitely one of the better arms for this Bears squad. She's got a difficult task, which is to stop the bleeding right now for this Baylor team. And obviously, Amanda, not a very easy situation to inherit with 2 runners in scoring position and no outs on the board.
Yeah, definitely not. Quick leash for Tanner. Tanner honestly was doing a pretty good job attacking the zone and had a quick leash. But you've seen our game evolve into no longer relying on one pitcher for the whole game. So it's not unusual to see a new arm this early in the game, just trying to keep an offense off balance.
So it'll be Kylie Johnson in the 9-hole, stepping up and seeing the first pitch from Ross, which is in there for a strike. It's Centron on second. And 2 runners in scoring position and a chance for Johnson to add a couple RBIs to her ledger with a base knock. The 0-1. breaker is in there for strike 2. Really nice pitch from Ross.
Great job by Ross establishing the changeup early.
Ariel running for Hicks on third base. The 0-2 to Johnson, misses outside for ball 1. The 1-2. Johnson able to chop one off and right over towards our own dugout.
And good job by Johnson protecting against that changeup. Love to see Ross immediately coming in and establishing that she can throw her off speed in any count.
So valuable to be able to throw that pitch for a strike. 1-2 ripped down the line, and they'll say foul ball. Oh, very close in a bang-bang play down the third base line, but Joseph Salazar was all over it and said it did not quite catch the chalk. Would have spelled big-time danger for Baylor had that one landed in play. Johnson will reload here in a 1-2 count. Ross will deliver. Johnson, a little nubber to shortstop, and that will score a run. She's safe as well. Ariel comes around to score, running for Hicks, the designated player, and the Tigers double their advantage, now leading it 2-0 off the bat of Johnson.
Yeah, Ross does a good job throwing that off speed again. Johnson just gets enough of it, puts pressure on the defense. It just took that little look that Tobin gave to Ariel running home enough to make Johnson safe at first.
We'll see if they're aggressive with Johnson, who's got 4 stolen bases to lead this team over at first base. Ripped down the first base line and foul by Brockenbrough. As the lineup will reset for the Tigers, second time through the order. And doing big-time damage already. And to be candid, Amanda, picking up right where they left off yesterday, as it felt like they maybe exercised some demons. 2 mercy rule victories, the 8 after 5 rule, and they looked lights out yesterday in that doubleheader. The 0-1. Big secondary lead for Johnson, but nothing doing on the base paths. 1-1 now to count.
They did, and it was consistent throughout everybody in Clemson's lineup. They were all really aggressive, attacking strikes early in the count. A lot of first pitch swings.
The 1-1 to Brockenbrough. Ripped at second base, a really nice play. Now going home with it, and the ball is out of the glove. That's going to score a run for the Tigers. Brockenbrough speeds to second, and she will be safe. So Johnson was tagged out on the base paths, but Centron came around to score, and the Tigers now lead it 3-0 with a runner still in scoring position in Brockenbrough. Hectic play there.
Yeah, lots going on with Brockenbrough. Laces the ball. And Piper able to make a really good play.
So 1 down as first pitch is too low for the 2-hole hitter and Pavesi. Pavesi was 0 for 1 here with a fly out in her first at bat. It was one that went all the way back to the warning track. The 1-0. This is upstairs for ball 2. Brockenbrough's got good speed at second base. And obviously Baylor would love to keep this deficit at just 3. The 2-0. Pavesi cracks one into center field. Oh, and a leaping grab to rob her of extra bases by Carter. I'll tell you, Pavesi cannot be a big fan of Carter in center field, because that is twice that she has been robbed by the center fielder.
Brooklyn Carter doing it again. I thought that this one, again, I was like, oh, that's going to go over her head. That super athletic leap. Yeah, Pavesi's not happy about it.
So now Julia Noller will step in and look to do some more damage. Breaking ball finds the zone for strike 1. Noller 1 of 1 on the day. Had that double back in the first inning. Sky high to center field. Carter on her horses near the warning track, and she'll make the play, but not before the Tigers strike for 2 more in the bottom of the second. some craziness in the infield, but the Tigers have the lead. We're headed to the third inning here on ACCNX with the Clemson Tigers defending home field and leading 3-0. We welcome you back in here on ACCNX. Facts and Childress, Amanda Lorenz on the call. And the Clemson Tigers in front of the Baylor Bears by a score of 3-0 through 2 innings of play. Now leading off the top of the third inning for the Bears, it is Avery Waddell. .357 batting average on the campaign for the sophomore. And continuing her ways of pounding the strike zone is Sierra Manis. A 0-1 count to start things out to Waddell. Manis isn't afraid to challenge anybody. She's going to give you a piece of the plate, really dare you to swing. That one misses low, 1-1 now the count. The 1-1 from Manis. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Baylor still searching for their first hit of this one. The 1-2. Chopped right back at Manis, fields her position well, and a routine play over to Pavesi at first. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the third.
Sierra Manis has been in control all game, really setting the pace, attacking the zone, using her defense, and continues to do so, especially easy when you have a 3-0 lead and you feel your offense clicking the way it is.
Now stepping up, Brooklyn Carter, who's already stolen the show a couple times in center field with her excellent defense. Now slaps one to second base, and a nice scoop and toss from Collins to Pavesi. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the third. Carter very speedy on the base paths, as we know, so not an easy play by any means there from Collins.
Yeah, very fast, putting pressure on the defense. Good job by Collins, taking her time, yet being as quick as possible while being in control.
So the lineup card will flip once again. Second time through the order now as Manis will attack Tobin for the second time. And that one catches the outside corner for strike 1. Tobin's had a phenomenal season. .441 coming into the game. 15 hits, 4 home runs, go with 16 RBIs for Tobin. Now on a 1-1 count here, looking to do some damage and get her Baylor Bears on the board.
Yeah, really talented, and you can see Sierra Manis attacking her with a changeup first pitch.
The 1-1 to Tobin, swung on and fouled off. Be a souvenir for a couple kids that are running after that one towards the gate here at McWhorter. For Manis, she's looking for another punch out to get her out of this third inning unscathed. Crowd active here for Clemson. Manis delivers the 1-2 off speed. Didn't get the call. Count now even at 2-2. That was close.
Definitely close. But that's why Amber Tobin is as good as she is. Great eye. Wants nothing to do with that pitch.
The 2-2 from Manis. Swung on and fouled off. And as you alluded to, Tobin really, really hard to retire with a swing and a miss. Just 2 strikeouts here on the season for her. Unbelievable. It's what you want out of your leadoff hitter. The 2-2. Cracked up the middle for a single, and Baylor has their first hit here with 2 outs in the top of the third. A really good at-bat from Tovin, and able to put bat to ball. Just landed in front of Brockenbrough.
That's exactly what you want to see out of your leadoff hitter. Just a super professional at-bat, fouling off pitches, being on time for the hard pitches.
Faith Piper will step up and look to do some damage of her own from that left-handed batter's box. First pitch is a strike, no shocker there for Manis.
Yeah, it's important for Manis to just continue doing what she's doing. Who cares? One hit given up. Continue attack the zone.
The 0-1. Right back at Manis. Made a great play going down to her left. Second ball of the inning that went right back her way, and she handled both flawlessly. We're off to the bottom of the third here at McWhorter. Clemson holding on to that 3-0 lead over Baylor here on ACCNX.
Love me some PFP.
We welcome you back in. Bottom of the third here from McWhorter Stadium on ACCNX. Fax and Childress, Amanda Lorenz on the call. The Tigers still sporting that 3-0 advantage over the Baylor Bears. But Sadie Ross has come out of the bullpen and been a really just calming presence for this Baylor team thus far. We'll see if she can continue that success here in the bottom of the third. Her first foe will be the cleanup hitter for the Tigers, playing third base today, Sarah Bro. Bro with a fly out to center, and her first AB in the first inning. And has a 1-0 lead in the count here as that's ball one low. The 1-0, Bro fouls it down the third base line, and it'll be 1-1 the count.
Ross coming in here immediately establishes that she can both throw something with velocity and a changeup as a strike.
1-1, misses low.
So it's important as a hitter that you pick a speed, you're able to attack the strike that you want to hit. It's really hard to be on time for both unless you have a pick.
2-1. Oh, Bro takes one for a ride into deep left field. On the track, and another ball just dies out there. It'll be a loud out number one here in the bottom of the third, but Clemson's been living at the warning track thus far.
Yeah, pretty swing by Bro. A little itty bitty early, but has enough strength to get it pretty deep in this ballpark.
It'll be Marion Collins hitting in the 5-hole, stepping in for her second AB of this afternoon. Ball one misses low. It was an RBI single in Collins' first appearance at the plate. 5 hits for the Tigers. Would love to make that 6, but Ross has been really, really good since being inserted into this game. It'll be 2-0 after she misses high on that one. Really good crowd turning out here at McWhorter.
Beautiful day for some softball.
Absolutely, getting the breeze going. Collins slices one up the middle. That'll be the 6th hit for the Tigers, the 2nd hit for Collins. She's now over 400 with the batting average on the season. Talk about a hot start for the sophomore.
Yeah, we keep talking about it. They're just their aggressive mentality. But what I love is that it's not auto swing first pitch. They're attacking strikes. They're not swinging at bad pitches. Marion Collins is a great example of that.
That's what separates the good from the great. You would know, Amanda. You got to have that balance of knowing when to pick your spots. Off speed for the first strike to Chanel.
Love that response by Ross. It's so important to keep this hot offense off balance.
She's used the off-speed pitch very effectively thus far. We'll see what she's got here in the 0-1 to Chanel. That one misses low. Count now 1-1.
When you establish that you can throw the off-speed in any count, it's always in the back of the hitter's head, knowing I want the hard, but I'm probably going to see the change.
The 1-1. That one's the fastball on the ground to second. The scoop. And not enough to get Chanel for 2, but Piper with the smart play to get the lead runner, flipping it to Tovin. 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd.
And when you establish that changeup for a strike, you can also have something like that happen where then the hitter is late on the hard. So she might have wanted the hard, but was still late because of seeing the off-speed so many times.
2 outs for Hicks. First pitch swinging. It's on the ground to Tovin at short, who makes a great play across the diamond. And Ross has really calmed things down for this Baylor team. They still trail it 3-0 as we head to the 4th inning here on ACC NX. We welcome you back in, ladies and gentlemen, to ACC NX softball action. Paxton Childress, Amanda Lorenz on the call. We're flying by here at McWhorter. Been a very quick game thus far, and a large part of that is because Sierra Manis has been mowing down the Bears through 3. Just 1 hit on the board for the Bears, but a lot of game to play, and nobody better to start the party at the plate than Carrington Dawson. The sophomore's been unbelievably impressive this season. .406 batting average. And will be ball 1 as she's got the lead in the count. She was hit by the first pitch she saw in her first appearance back in the 1st. The 1-0 from Manis to the lefty. Dawson swing and a miss. Count now even at 1-1.
Love this matchup because both Manis and Dawson exuding confidence, both feeling great coming into this game.
The 1-1. Check swing once again. Appeal, and third base umpire says she did not go, rather, as Joseph Salazar has been active early. He's had a couple appeals down that way. We've had a couple right up near the chalk on the third base line. Getting his paycheck today for sure. Ground ball right back at Manis. A little scoop with the glove. And once again, PFP has been an A+ for Manis in the circle. She's fielded her position very well so far today.
Yeah, to the naked eye, that can look like a really easy play, but really hard for those pitchers to take that deep angle, especially with that glove hand, give a nice glove flip over to Pavesi at first. It's a really nice play by Manis.
First time we've seen her use that underhand scoop. She's been rifling it over there at the first baseman, Pavesi. That one cracked right back up the middle from Leah Cran on the first pitch. Second hit of the game thus far for the Bears, and a 1-out base runner for the first time today for Baylor.
Yeah, Sierra Manis has been attacking the zone early. Love to see Cran on time, that inside strike. Really simple with it, just trying to hit it right up the middle, get something going for these Bears.
Samaya Jones will step in now with 1 on and 1 out. Manis trying to attack the zone again, but Mr. Spot low for ball 1.
Really feels like the Clemson offense has taken control of this game, but they're only up by 3. It's definitely something that Baylor can come back from.
Baylor's weathered the storm very effectively. A bunt laid down, and they're going to say that hit her. She hit herself with the bunt. So we will bring things back. Home plate umpire Alex Leap all over that one. It'll be a 1-1 count.
Yeah, it looks like it hit the bat twice.
Oh, hit the bat twice is what he said.
So that's why she was able to come back, hitting the bat while she's in the box.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And did not go back to the bunt after the failed attempt prior. So now a 1-2 count. Manis has got a couple pitches to play with if she elects so. See if she can get a chase. The 1-2. Fouled off back into the netting. Count will stay the same. Cran with no stolen base attempts on the season over at first base. Not necessarily known for her speed. The 1-2 from Manis. Strike 3 swinging. Second punch out of the afternoon for Sierra, and there's 2 down here in the top of the 4th.
And that's how you respond after giving up a hit. Attack the zone, don't change, trust your stuff.
It's Abby Flores stepping in. She's had an impressive junior campaign thus far. She's first pitch swinging, and it's a routine play for the middle infield. Chanel to Collins, and we're headed to the bottom of the 4th here at McWhorter. Manis continuing to mow down the Bears. It's 3-0 Clemson over Baylor here on ACCNX. We welcome you back in, ladies and gentlemen. Softball action here on a Saturday afternoon on ACCNX. Facts and Children's Amanda Lorenz continuing with the call. Bottom of the 4th action. And Macy Centron hoping she can stay on fire. The Gasolina is the walk-up song.
Love it. I was vibing to it.
She's starting to heat up a little bit. Had that slicer into the right center field gap her first time up. And we'll take first pitch from Sadie Ross for a strike. But Amanda, we were talking about confidence and how important it is in the game of softball, and maybe that's what gets Centron going, because we know that she's a star in every regard. Oh, 1 misses, count now 1-1.
Yeah, confidence can be so fragile, especially in this game of failure. So huge swing for Centron in the 2nd inning.
The 1-1, she rifles one to the left center field gap. Could be extra bases once again for Macy. And she's on her horse and in there. A 2-double game for Centron. And it's safe to say that she's out of the slump. What a swing.
And I think the thing that is most exciting about that swing was that was on an off-speed pitch as well. So her ability to hit both speeds is the most exciting, especially as a hitter. She's fired up. You know that feels good.
Yeah. And you could tell, too, with the first double that she had, the celebration was a little bit extra. That one was a little bit more tame, but still fired up nonetheless. And you'd love to see that for Centron in her sophomore campaign. Now Kylie Johnson stepping into the right-hand batter's box. She'll take ball one. First time around for Johnson, had an RBI single that hit off the glove of the starting pitcher in Turner and kind of trickled through the middle infield. She had the speed to get there. Showing bunt once again, misses outside once again, and the count now 2-0.
And we talk about the celebration, and you can see everybody in the dugout was just as fired up for Macy Centron, and it's a team sport. Everyone is in the slums with you.
2-0 misses upstairs, now 3-0 as Ava Wilson is in to run for Centron on second base. Johnson was thinking about bunting her over, but now a chance to earn her way to first base with a base on balls and a 3-0 count. The 3-0, right down the pipe, strike one. Have not seen a walk yet from Sadie Ross. She's done a good job of throwing strikes and being competitive. She delivers the 3-1 to Johnson. Johnson shows bunt once again. That one back to the backstop, and it'll be a full count. Would anticipate no bunt here in a full count.
Seen crazier things.
Oh, yeah. Well, you never know. Coach Rittman always keeping everybody on their toes. Does such an excellent job with this group each and every year. The way that Clemson's been able to transcend into a powerhouse in the world of softball in such a quick timeline has been incredible. 3-2. Missed outside. Heck of an AB from Johnson, who's played a great game here today.
Yeah, great at bat. Kylie Johnson is normally really aggressive, so great news for the Tigers for her to take her walk when needed.
And not what you want to see if you're a Baylor Bears fan. Jamison Brockenborough stepping up to the plate with 2 on and nobody out. First pitch off speed from Ross, catches the inside corner for strike one.
Yeah, Clemson fans don't like it, but that's a beautiful pitch. Such a great job by Ross.
It's the confidence to throw that for a strike early in the count. That one misses upstairs.
Back to back.
Wilson on second, Johnson on first. Brockenborough at the dish in the left-handed batter's box. Ross will fire. Brockenborough fouls one off. And obviously a key juncture in the game right here for Baylor. You need to keep Clemson off the scoreboard with the way your offense has struggled. The 1-2. Brockenborough takes one for a ride to deep center field. Carter on her horses. It's over her head. Here comes Wilson. Johnson on her tail. Firing to the plate. She's in there. It's a 5-0 lead for the Clemson Tigers, courtesy of Jamison Brockenborough with a rifle off the center field wall.
Kylie Johnson was on Wilson's tail there. Had a great read. Meanwhile, Wilson saw all the great catches that Brooklyn Carter has made this game and was thinking that that might be a ball that she could tag on.
I got to be honest, I thought we were going to get some SportsCenter top 10 caliber grab from Carter the way she's played.
Me too.
But instead, it's a 2 RBI double for Brockenborough, who continues her excellent start to the 2025 campaign. And now the star freshman in Mac Pavesi will look to do some damage with the Tigers in front by 5 runs here in the fourth. The 1-0 finds the strike zone, and for Ross here, you got to find a way to calm things down and keep the damage from growing larger, because the 8 after 5 has to be in the back of your mind here, especially the way Clemson performed yesterday. Tigers have been red hot at the plate as of late. That one through the wickets of Waddell behind the dish, and there goes Brockenborough to third.
Yeah, definitely. Ross just needs to settle in and rely on her strengths, and her strengths are being able to keep hitters off balance. So continue to throw that off speed. Continue to get them guessing. Don't rely on just one, even if it's a ball, even if she can't command it.
Pavesi swinging up the middle. What a play from Tovin. And they got her at first. The run will score for Brockenborough and the Tigers to put them on top 6-0. but a truly incredible play from Tovin to prevent further damage.
Yeah, Tovin is a really talented softball athlete. That was such a great play. Pavesi has just not the best luck this game.
She's gotten robbed twice now.
Yes.
Absolutely robbed blind there from Pavesi. But a great play from Tovin to prevent further damage and, more importantly, retire out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Now 6-0 Tigers over the Bears. And stepping in is Julia Noller. That one in there for strike number 2. Quickly down 0-2 in the count is Julia Noller. The 0-2. Wisely laying off a 1 outside. Now 1-2 the count. Good eye from Noller.
And this is when Clemson's offense can be really dangerous. When Julia Noller and Macy Cintron are both feeling like their best selves, like their normal selves. This offense is hard to beat. So dynamic, so aggressive, fast, ability to hit home runs, steal some bases, run in your face.
2-2. Upstairs, count now full. And to further that point, Amanda, it's these freshmen combining with some of the more experienced players. When they start to heat up, you get Citron going, you get Noller going. It could be scary for not just the ACC, but the rest of the country. The payoff pitch to Noller. Noller slices one over the second baseman's head. Piper made a valiant effort, but not enough vertical to get to that one. It's a 1-out base runner for the Tigers, courtesy of Noller. And that was just rifled off the bat of Julia Noller.
Smoked.
It appears we're going to have another pitching change here for the Bears. We'll introduce the new arm for Baylor on the other side of a short break here on ACCNX. The Tigers have tagged the Bears for 3 runs and counting here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 on, 1 out for the Tigers right after this. We welcome you back in. Softball action here on ACCNX, and the Tigers on top of the Bears 6-0 in the bottom of the 4th. It's Casey West in the circle now for the Baylor Bears. Seldom used thus far this season, but definitely a capable player nonetheless. Just her 2nd inning of work that she's entering and trying to keep the Tigers off the scoreboard as there's a runner on first. And a very talented portion of the order coming up to the plate in Bro, Collins, and Chanel, who have all done their respective damage thus far. Bro rifled at second, a chance to turn 2 for the Bears, and that is a huge double play. Going 4-6-3 from Piper to Tovin to Flores to get out of the jam. So 1 pitch, 2 outs for West upon entry into the game, but not before the Tigers tag for 3 more in the bottom of the 4th. We've got 5th inning action coming your way from McWhorter here on ACCNX right after a short break. Fifth inning action here on ACC and X-Facts and Childress. Amanda Lorenz on the call. And a big double play and sigh of relief for the Baylor Bears to get out of that bottom of the fourth, weathering the storm once again. But they need the bats to get going. It's still Sierra Manis in the circle, who's through 4 unscathed for the Tigers. And stepping in now for her second IAB of the game is Marshall for the Baylor Bears. That'll be strike 1 to Marshall. She's had an impressive campaign thus far as a freshman, being trusted with man in that hot corner at third base. Over 270 on the average coming into today. Struck out looking in her first AB. And tried to bunt twice, 0 for 2. As it's now 0-2 with the count here to start the top of the 5th. And Manis has just been in the flow state all day for the Tigers, pounding the strike zone. He's been super disciplined in the circle for Clemson and ran that one 2 inside there on Marshall. We'll blame that one on me for the announcer's jinx. A hit by pitch will give Baylor their first leadoff base runner of the game here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, and Baylor will take it any way they can get it. Just trying to get something going, get someone on base. Huge to get your leadoff on.
We know how quick things can flip in this sport, Amanda. You really just need one base runner to snatch some momentum. And they'd love to parlay that into something here with Waddell. First pitch swinging, back off into the netting, 0-1 the count.
Yeah, when we talk about momentum, it really has felt like Sierra Manis and the Clemson offense have been in control the whole game.
The 0-1 to Waddell. Missed low, count now even at 1-1.
I love this response out of Manis. Had a little bit of a shaky outing against Charlotte in the midweek this week. Coming back, the offense has done a great job of setting the tone.
1-1. Chopper to third, not an easy play by any means for Bro, and just takes the safe out at first. Runner will move up 60 feet in Marshall into scoring position for the Bears. Now 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. A smart play there from Bro. Obviously, it's easy to get greedy and try and get that lead runner, but I think that was a wise decision right there from the third baseman.
Definitely up by 6. Just get outs. Don't give them any more momentum.
First pitch from Manis, misses low and outside to the star center fielder that kind of serves as her second leadoff hitter in the 9-hole in Brooklyn Carter. You like the way that they stacked the lineup to make her, super effective there in the 9-hole?
Definitely, especially with some speed too. She's getting on base.
Showing bunt, and that could have been dangerous. Now a 1-1 count, but as you see the speed, I can't even get it out of my mouth, and she's already flying past first base.
Yeah, especially with a hot hitter in Amber Tobin. Gives you the ability to score more runs if you can get Carter on base before her.
See what Carter can do, boasting a .542 batting average headed into this AB. She slices one to left, and Johnson's able to make the play. A loud out number 2 here in the top of the 5th, as Carter really connected with that one.
Yeah, good swing by Carter, connecting well with that. Just right at Kylie Johnson out there.
We have a meeting in the circle here. And what do you think's being discussed here, Amanda?
Yeah, probably just pitching coach Kyle Jamison just trying to get her to settle down and continue to trust her defense, reiterating that she's doing a great job. Doesn't need to change anything. This is obviously their hottest hitter, so just coming in and it's trusting your stuff. Don't adjust too much to what she can do, but really just focus on yourself, attack the zone.
That was the loudest contact we've seen, so maybe just sensing the importance of the moment here in the 5th inning. Your offense is going to have a chance, and they've been red hot coming to the plate to potentially end this one in the bottom of the 5th. Love the decision from Coach Jamison, and feels like this whole coaching staff always just has such a good pulse and feel in game. That's something you can't really put a valuation on, but Coach Redmond and his staff all do an excellent job of just keeping things under control. Amber Tovin, another one of these star players for the Baylor Bears. 1 for 2 thus far. Had that single up the middle back in the 3rd. Would love to repeat that result, but now down 0-2 after 2 foul balls.
Love Manis attacking their best hitter with her best stuff, going right at her. Your best versus my best. Let's go.
The 0-2 from Manis. Tovin up the middle. Chanel across the diamond and made the play. Manis wiggles out of the jam, and she's through 5 unscathed. The Tigers will have a chance to walk things off here in the bottom of the 5th if they can put 2 on the scoreboard. It's 6-0 Clemson over Baylor here on ACCNX. We welcome you back in ACCNX softball action on a Saturday afternoon. A gorgeous day here at McWhorter, and the Tigers on top of the Baylor Bears by a score of 6-0. As it'll be strike one on the outside corner from Casey West to Marion Collins. And Collins has had herself a day at the ballpark. An RBI single back in the 1st, and a single to go with it back in the 3rd. Looking to make it a 3-for-3 day and get the Tigers some energy here in the bottom of the 5th. Way over the backstop in Waddell. That'll be a ball number 1. Count now even at 1-1. This Tigers offense today, Amanda, has been red hot, and it really feels like the leadoff hitters have set the plate for the rest of the lineup to come through and kind of continue that momentum.
Absolutely. We've done such a great job of passing the bat. Not super big swings, just trying to get on base.
So that one misses outside 2-1 now the count. And yeah, the Tigers have manufactured runs really, really well today. Doesn't always have to be the big fly. Get one in the gap and get some great base running, and that's an effective way to score some runs. The 2-1 lifted into deep right center field off the bat of Collins. Her excellent day continues as that ball is out of here. How about you, Marion Collins? 3 for 3 with 2 singles and now a big fly. It's 7-0 Tigers. The vibes are high in McWhorter, 72 miles an hour off the bat, 223, and there was never a doubt for Collins.
A lot easier to hit when you're 2 for 2 on the day, big swing. Gosh, you love that out of Collins. She's done such a great job of leading this offense with not only the singles, but ability to hit it out of the ballpark too. That was fun to watch.
Kylie Chanel will now step in. Rifles one down the third baseline and foul. But obviously now goes without saying an increased amount of pressure on the Baylor Bears to keep Clemson off the scoreboard now as Clemson leads by 7.
Yeah, it's really hard not to let your mind go there, but just have to focus on the now, attack the hitter, try to get an out.
Skipped that one up there, did West. And that'll be a 1-1 count. Hicks on deck with Wilson in the hole. And Johnson in the 9-hole, who's had an excellent game as well. Tigers are bringing the cavalry to the dish here and trying to walk things off in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-1. Chanel slices one to the right fielder, and it gets by her. Here goes Chanel, and we know she's got wheels. No intention of slowing down for Kylie. And Coach Rittman will pump the brakes on the third base line, and Chanel is fired up with a triple. It was Jones in right field who gave a valiant effort, but that ball had some wicked spin on it, and it just kept tailing away from her.
Just trying to get something to get the momentum with the Baylor Bears, but was too much for Jones to handle. Chanel, I thought we were going to have an inside the Parker there for a second.
Wouldn't that have been something? A walk-off inside the park home run.
That would have been fun for sure.
Tigers are 60 feet away from winning the game, and Corey Hicks would love to deliver a walk-off victory. And we might just keep you on the airwaves for forever, Amanda, if it's 3 games, 3 Mercy Rule victories for the Tigers. And your broadcasting debut here, and you've done an excellent job all weekend.
Thank you. Yeah, this has been fun. They've been, I love offense, so.
Hicks, same result on the second pitch, 0-2 now the count, but we know Corey's got no intention of going down without fight.
The Tigers have made this a lot of fun to talk about when someone who loves hitting and loves offense.
Oh, yeah.
Giving us a lot to chat about. A lot for these fans to cheer for.
Another great crowd at McWhorter. They always bring it here in Tiger Town. Hicks lays off. That one misses outside. The count now 1-2. You can sense the anticipation in the stadium here at McWhorter. The Tigers would love one last triumphant cheer to send this off in walk-off fashion. The 1-2 to Hicks. Skips up there. Count now 2-2.
With no outs, Corey Hicks makes her job a little easier, just trying to hit something deep enough that can score Chanel.
2-2. Hicks takes it. Here comes Chanel. And the Tigers are going to get out of here with a victory. It is a passed ball for the win after the triple from Chanel. And 3 straight games with a Mercy Rule victory for the Clemson Tigers. We'll take some closing comments from you, Amanda Lorenz, because you appear to be the good luck charm for this team.
How about them Tigers? Gosh, the offense is so fun, but they took advantage of mistakes and really had the momentum all game. What a great job by Sierra Manis controlling it for that pitching staff. Lots of confidence in that Tigers dugout right now, and I'm sure they're feeling good.
The good vibes are flowing here in Tiger Town. We'll sign off here on ACCNX with a quick 5-inning affair at McWhorter. Clemson taking home the victory with 8-0 as your final score.